The truth for proof. All right, we're gonna continue. Let's continue on my Instagram. Let's talk about more of men's mental health real quick. Let's talk about more of men's mental health.
And I feel a heightened connection with the universe when I'm ramping up. It is a health issue. This is like a sprained brain, like having a sprained ankle. And if someone has a sprained ankle, you're not going to push on him more.
Right.
With us, once our brain gets to a point of spraining, people do everything to make it worse.
Exactly. He telling the truth now.
And
He's right. People actually try to make it worse on men when we have mental illness. They try to say, "Oh, just man up," and "Oh, you can deal with it. You got to deal with it." Yada yada. Nobody cares that we're crying on the inside and we're depressed and we're sad, and nobody cares, man. Nobody cares, and then we're just expected to just get through it. But a woman can cry about nothing, and then you got to be like, "Oh, well, you're all right." You know what I'm saying? This is great. Let's continue, man.
These things in here again, it's mental health, because none of these perspectives or none of these opinions or decisions or things you're thinking or thoughts may be true at all. It's what you create in here because of your situation. And again, so you start to think, well, who do anyone actually care? Will it matter when it's all over?
Mm. When you delete yourself, everyone's
Well,
gonna say, "Oh, I didn't know he was going through this." All the while, he was crying for help. He was crying for help. Nobody cared. Nobody listened. I didn't know, realize he was so. All right, yeah, all right.
I matter, and that's what that's always the question. Well, will you matter when it's all over? Will you matter? Not the things you've done, the things you've done for everyone else, but will you actually matter to them, but most of all to you? These things in here.
Answer is no, my boy. They don't care about men unless they do something for them. That's why women talking about, "Oh, I will never date a man that won't pay my bills. I'm never date a man that help me level up." They don't care about love. They don't care about personality. None of that. None of that.
I got homies that you know they come to me now saying they think they got anxiety, but I know back in the day, especially the area that I used to hang with them at, they come to their mama tell them they got anxiety. She gonna be what?
That's exactly what I was saying. Hold on. That'd be technical difficulties. That's
We
exactly.
going to church on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's it. Or that's the devil in you. We going to church on, or you know they go to their dad. Their dad tell them smoke a blunt. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a big issue that's not touched, and that's kind of just sitting there, and people damn near afraid to talk about it. And
And that's what I was talking about.
I got homies that
Even when your mother is gonna be like, "Oh, what? Nah, no, no, no. You can't have anxiety." No. Now, when you talking about dad, that's old school stuff. When we used to deal with intimates, I'm like, "Sure, smoke a blunt, bro," because we're not therapists. All we know is when we sat and depressed, or most of the time, honestly, older men, they didn't have no time to be depressed. They had to go to work. They had to go to work. They had to build something. They had to do something. Their hands were occupied. Now, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, and I actually agree with him on this. I think depression is just for weak. It's for weak people. It is. Because nowadays, today, we don't really do the things that the older generation did. We don't go around and we don't go around and we don't build things. We fix cars. We just sit at home in our room, play video games all day. We're on our phones, technology all day. So I kind of agree with them on that. But it just doesn't take away. It doesn't take away that men usually delete themselves and have mental illness. And when we talk about it, a lot of times nobody cares.
Men suffer in silence also.
Fact.
When you a provider and you a real provider, but you already unhappy and you not feeling like you being celebrated in a proper manner, you feel like you only being tolerated. Like a lot of people be like, why certain men don't go home? Like when I was in the streets, I used to hate going home because I feel like it's cool, but I ain't welcome there. Cause it don't feel embracing when I go home. It's like y'all act like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Facts.
And a lot
Exactly. And now women be the ones complaining, talking about, oh, I feel depressed. I don't feel embraced. But how do you think men feel? We barely get love at all. At least y'all got Mother's Day, and the people, women will look at the mother, children will look at the mothers. They hate the dad. They hate the dad. A lot of men will go home and sit in their car for 30 minutes before going inside because they know they're going to hear a nagging wife. They don't feel love. They don't feel embraced. And these modern women were talking about, oh, men love being the providers. Men are happy when they're providing. No, they're not. No, they're not.
a lot of men suffer from that and not knowing that it's okay to have your man. Okay, you have to go in your solitude and have your time for yourself in order for you to release. Because we so busy being tough and harboring all these resentment and emotions and all the shit we deal with. A lot of men suffer in silence also.
Fact.
When you a provider.
I asked the great actor Richard Dreyfuss, who went
Damn,
through it.
R.I.P. Mac Miller, man. Fuck. That's sad.
Once, why he wasn't, he says, he don't know.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
He can't answer it.
It was hard for my finger on it, you know, because you want to put your finger on it too, though.
How would you know? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you just, you know, there's. I just went through a long period where it was, you know, I didn't wake up very happy.
In fact, if you could put your finger on it, you wouldn't have.
Right, you'd probably fix it.
I asked the great actor Richard Dreyfuss, who went through it.
Damn, man. That's sad as hell, bro.
What do you wish people knew about mental health?
What I wish they knew is that it's real. That is real. And there is no bar to measure how real. It's real. And so it's so real that if someone even have the guts, the heart, the bravery, whatever, to at least admit that they have something going on up there that they're not sure about. It's so real that we should only react in the realest way possible.
What do you wish?
All right. Again, man, if you're going through something, talk to your homies, go to the gym, work on something, work on a project, something. The idle time is the devil's time. Idle time is the devil's time.